As long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Pythagoras. I'm John Rose. What do you suppose Pythagoras is referring to? As long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Is he saying that killing the animal is a stepping stone to killing man? And that if we thought it was a mistake to kill an animal, we'd also think it's a mistake to kill man? Well, don't we already think it's a mistake to kill man? Why does man kill man? Why do we prey upon ourselves? What is wrong with us? What are we doing? Is Pythagoras onto something there? Does he know something that many other people don't know? If we thought it was just as bad to kill any animal as we do to kill our dog, our pet, how would that change our thoughts? Think about that. If we looked at killing cows and chickens and sheep and goats and fish and everything that we eat, if we thought of those as dogs and we wouldn't want to kill them, how would that change our perspective? Wouldn't we think it would be even more insane to kill another man? Of course, it is a stepping stone. Now, a lot of people who eat meat are going to struggle with that quote, especially what follows. Pythagoras finishes that sentence by saying, "Indeed, he who sows the seeds of murder and pain cannot reap joy and love." Now, I'm sure a lot of meat eaters are thinking, "Oh, come on. You know, I got to eat the animal. I'm not murdering the animal. I got to eat it. I depend upon it." And you see, that's our problem. Too many people believe that their health depends upon eating animal protein and animal flesh, and that's wrong. And they're in a horrible dilemma because of it. We're all in this horrible dilemma because of this false belief that we need to eat an animal, when just the opposite is the case. If we eat them, it'll make us sick. And you're going to have a lot of people want to argue with that because they're under the influence of the taste of meat. They're under a spell. In fact, all cooked food puts us under a spell. And if we never started cooking food to begin with, we wouldn't be eating the animals. I always get a kick out of the story that Harvey Kellogg is famous for when he would give a lecture about all the pathogens in the bacteria in the animals that we eat, and now we're eating them. And he would be up there giving a talk, and someone would argue with him, "But we're meat eaters." And he would grab a chicken that he grabbed from the butcher store that they just killed and they're about to butcher up. He said, "Okay, you already killed it, let me use it and maybe make this animal's life worth something." And he'd grab that chicken, that dead chicken, and would throw it out into the audience. And everyone would scatter from it like, "Ah, it's a dead chicken." And of course he pointed out, "Hey, if you guys are carnivores, you'd be attacking that chicken. Any other group of carnivores, if you're true carnivores, you'd be attacking that chicken. You wouldn't be running away going, 'Ah!'" That's one of the sad things about what we're up against, isn't it? Most of us are so far removed from the actual killing of the animal, we're not aware of the cruel and sinful thing that we're doing. But it's easy to be desensitized. It's easy to grow up and be a butcher as a kid going to school and then be a hunter and think, if you need your animals, I'm doing a good job, I'm providing for my family, I'm a good man. It's hard to see the error in that, and yet we know that if everyone had to kill the food they ate, the number of vegetarians would rise astronomically. It'd be like almost every one of them. But there's still a big percentage of people who don't see any problem in doing this because that's how they're raised. It's part of their culture. And yet I'm watching this stupid TV series with these guys up in Alaska, and now the mother has cancer, and they're in the hospital, and they're trying to figure out their treatment options. You're either going to get cut, burned, or poisoned. And why do you have cancer? It's because you've been eating all these animal products the whole time. Try to convince a family that's living off the land up in Alaska that they shouldn't go out and hunt and kill that animal, and that they're murdering the animal. Not when you think your health depends upon it. And yet, it is a stepping stone. If we truly knew or felt that it was wrong to kill anything living, if it wasn't for our nourishment. Protection is a different story. But if we didn't think there was anything wrong with that, or if that's how we felt, then again we wouldn't even think about killing another person. It'd be unheard of. So it just goes to show you, my friends, how everything ties back to what we are, what we eat. Everyone knows you are what you eat. And yet if we believe that we have to eat an animal, if we believe in absurdities, we'll commit atrocities and end up being the living graveyard of murdered beasts. That's the serpent that's in most people. And yet they don't understand the influence it has over them. And I can understand how people might even get offended. Because there was a time when I ate that way, and I still consider myself a really good guy. And I was, comparatively speaking, I reckon. And it's something that you really can't share verbally with anybody. This is indeed a revelation. You have to experience what it's like to bump up your biophotons and flush out that cesspool and get back in touch with nature, so that you can see that there really should only be one law like the Essenes had. Thou shalt not kill. Don't kill man, nor beast, nor the food that goes into your mouth. And it all starts with killing the food. That's what allows us to kill the animals, and then that's what allows us to kill ourselves. And now stop and think about that. No one wants to go to war, and yet, why do we still have wars on this planet? We're all going to suffer as long as we don't understand how to live. We owe it to ourselves to test an idea as time has come, so we can correct 5 main mistakes on a temporary basis. When you do that, you're going to find out that yes, you feel better when you don't eat the animals. Yes, you feel better when you don't eat the grains and the pastas and the rices. Yes, I feel better when I don't eat processed foods. And in fact, if that's all you did, you're going to feel great. But why settle? You want to take your life to another level.